So, hello, I'm KJ Abel. I'm the Douglas County, Kansas 4-H Cloverbuds leader, so this is for them. Normally in October, we dissect pumpkins. So I will get pumpkins for the kids, and this is a little bit bigger than I would normally get. I normally get the mini pumpkins, and we do some experiments with them. So one is they guess whether it will float or sink. This pumpkin, I would bet, would sink. It's pretty heavy. And depending on the pumpkin, sometimes they float, sometimes they sink. We also do things like counting. So how many ridges do the pumpkin have? And then we dissect them. So this is something a parent or I do is one pumpkin for two kids, and we cut it in half. Or if I have more kids than I anticipate with pumpkins, sometimes quarters. And we have the students guess how many seeds will be inside the pumpkin. And most of the time they underestimate how many seeds. And that's one of the reasons we do it with a little pumpkin, because there's a lot of seeds. If I remember, I would say there's anywhere from 50 to 150 is about what we get for a pumpkin when the kids are counting. So it can sometimes be a challenge depending on where they're at in their learning and developmental stages. So that's what a lot of times we'll do in October. But since we're doing remotely, I wanted to make sure that there was something that they could do with supplies they have around their house. So when you think of October, it's Halloween. Halloween, I'm like, what can we do? So I found a project that is similar to a guide's eye that I've done with some littles before. And what you need is popsicle sticks, which I happen to have popsicle sticks. If you don't have popsicle sticks, you can go outside. Most of us have trees outside, so you'll just get regular sticks that are all the same length or similar length. And you'll need 3 of them. And then you will need yarn or string. And like, what happens if I don't have yarn or string? So kind of ask the youth if you don't have that, what else can they use? Do you have plastic bags that you can cut into strips, which would be a lot of work, but that might be an option. Or do you have fabric, scrap fabric, or an old t-shirt that you can cut into strips and make into that? So those are some options. You will also potentially need glue. You don't necessarily have to have glue, but it sometimes will help. I have a glue gun, so it dries a lot faster than regular glue. So that's why I have that. So you will need your 3 sticks to start with. And to do that, to start, you're going to need to glue them together so they end up forming a star or snowflake shape. So to do this, you will glue them first into a real tall skinny X. So take that, glue that into a tall skinny X. So I'm putting the little drop of glue on, placing that one. So it forms a tall skinny X. And then you want to add that last one so it makes the final X. And ideally you want them evenly spaced, but like spider webs, they all look different. They're kind of like snowflakes. They all look a little same. So mine's a little taller than skinnier compared to that. So that with that. If you don't have glue, you can tie a knot. So like the sticks won't glue well. You could probably try, but I don't think that will glue well. So instead, what you would do is take your string, and I have some orangey ready string with white, and tie them together. So just take a knot and tie those together. I'm going to do a square knot, possibly, or a double knot. Tie that together. So I got 2 pieces, and you can do this with your popsicle sticks too. So I got 2 knots tied together, and I'm going to wrap it around a couple times to help secure it. So go a couple times one way, and then I'm going to go a couple times the other way until it doesn't wiggle anymore. So I got that secured. So it doesn't wiggle. Does a little bit, but not a lot. And this you might need a little help. Littles might need a little help to get going because it's big hands. And then we get to the last one. You just place it. Don't have to worry about tying a knot at all. And we're just going to wrap it around. I'm going to wrap this around. And my stick has a lot of little branches sticking off of it, which is making it a little difficult. So if you find sticks that are smooth, that don't have these little things coming off of it, that might be beneficial. So now I got it, and when I let go, they stay together. So once we get done, that middle part, kind of like the center of your spider web, we're going to start creating the web part. So what you're going to do is you're going to just wrap it around, and you only need to do it once, but if you want to make it a little bit secure so it doesn't move so much, you can do it twice. So just go to once, and I'm going to go once, twice, and then I'm going to work to the next one. Mine aren't staying real well. Yeah, tie that a little tighter. Once, twice, and then the next side. Once, twice, once, twice. Just keep doing that. And with the popsicle sticks, this will go a lot faster because they're a lot smaller. And once you get all the way down that all of them have it, you just move it up a little bit to create that next row. So see how I have 2 rows now? And just keep doing that. And once you add more rows, it'll help stabilize it. And this is definitely easier with the popsicle sticks, just because they're smoother, they don't wiggle as much. But we're making do with what we have, right? Life right now is all about making do. Adapting, overcoming. So it's starting to look like a spider web. And my spider created her web in a very unique space. There we go. And you don't have to worry about being perfect, like a perfect, and I'll show you one I made with the popsicle sticks that you could be like, oh, that's perfect. But like spiders like to find different places to build them. It's not always a nice, even. Nature's not full of nice, even spaces. Sometimes I know we walk in my backyard and they've created spider webs right in front of the door all the time. Or we go running in the woods a lot in my house, and they'll build a spider web across the trail in the woods. So you never know where they're going to build it. But it's always fun to see the different shapes that the spiders make and the different designs. So my spider web is flat. So once you get to the top, so you're starting to run out of space, just decide where you're going to end it. I'm going to end it right here. You want to leave an extra tail, so this is where you can hang it. So you're going to trim that off. And this is where you might need help with an adult again, and just tie a knot in it. So like tie a double knot. in it. And if you have a glue gun, you can add a drop of glue. And there you go. There's your spider web. If you have a fake spider, or I kind of like it that way better than hanging this way, but oh well. But if you have a fake spider or a sticker or something like that, you can put it on there. But so there you have either one. You have popsicle sticks or regular sticks. So add them to decorations you already have, put it in the window. You could create a spider out of materials that you have if you don't have like a fake plastic one. Think of what materials do I have around the house that I can make a spider of? Do I have a black paper? Do I have white paper and a black crayon? And not all spiders are black, most of them are, but not all of them. So it might be experiment, see what you can do. And how this ties into the 4-H project. And how this ties into the 4-H project is probably a question you have. So 4-H, you have arts and crafts or visual arts. So this would be a visual arts. In Douglas County, Kansas, we have Away with Waste. So it could be utilizing scraps for Away with Waste to create it. Not necessarily, but a visual arts project. But you also have entomology, which is the study of bugs and insects. And a spider is not an insect. So it might be learning why is a spider not an insect, which is some of the lessons I provided our Cloverbuds is why a spider is not an insect. So learn about the difference between an insect and what we might call a bug or an arachnid, which a spider is. So hope you enjoy.